Hi guys, so today I want to show you how I journal after I come back from a trip. So I just returned from a 10-day trip to Italy, and today I will be working on my travel spreads from that trip. So I have a lot of junk, all kinds of stuff saved from the trip. And then I have all my travel pictures printed out. It's a lot. And then this is my journal. So it's quite filled already. So today I just want to take you guys along while I'm working on some of the spreads for my Italy journal, and then you guys can see how I like to work and how I make the spreads. Okay, so here's my journal, but before we get into this, I'm gonna start sorting out all of my junk and my pictures based on every day that I was traveling. So I went to Italy with my mom, so most pictures are just of me, but some of them are also pictures with her. And I also have some random other pictures that I wanted to print out for my regular journal, so some of them are not for my Italy journal, but I'll just put those on a separate pile. Okay, so everything is now officially sorted. So here's all my junk from day one. And I'm just gonna open my journal and see what we're gonna make with this. So I also recently returned from a school trip to Berlin. So I'm gonna reference to that journal a couple of times. Just so I can show you what I'm like working towards. So for example, this is the first spread of my Berlin journal. And then it just goes on, it's sorted by days also, and then I just stick in a bunch of stuff and just make some fun little spreads. So I always start with some kind of front page with some very travel-y junk and photos and just like a pretty title. So we're gonna start with that. I think on the front page I want to use a few of these luggage tags because they're always very cute. So a bunch of these. Maybe one of the plane. My little tickets. So I think if I do something like this, it would look really cute. And then I'm just gonna clear this page. And I'm just gonna start off gluing in the pieces one by one. And then that's the first side. I think it looks really cute. And then afterwards I will go in and write some little text in the open areas and also put some little doodles and drawings. So for example, on this page I will write like 2 sentences maybe here, and over here it's just a bit of an empty space, so I just like to draw some sparkles or hearts or just any kind of doodle basically. So something like this, just to make the page like pop a bit more. And always my first page I just try to make it as pretty as possible, and then in the other pages I will keep more space for writing. There we go, and that would be my first page. So I always check like if I have a lot of like writing I want to put on the page, I always try to like make them a bit more spaced out. But when I don't have a lot of writing, there's no need to space it out more. I can start looking through the junk from day 2. And day 2 is very like extensive because you have like breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything in between. So I try to make some separate piles for that as well. So in the morning we went to the beach, and in the evening we had a sunset on a different beach with dinner. And then in the afternoon we were also at a beach. So it's kind of like this. So breakfast, and then our accommodation, then the beach and our lunch, and then dinner. So here I can just use some fun paper to brighten up the spread a little bit and just make it look more interesting. So I officially finished my Sardinia journal. So I just wanted to flip through it and show you guys all the pages. So that is the finished product. I think my journaling style is quite excessive. I really like to use a lot of pictures and a lot of junk, and then for every day I have like multiple pages. But I think if you have just like 1 page per day, or 1 page per day, or just like 1 page overall for your entire trip, that's all fine. This is just how I like to journal. I just like to use a lot of stuff, and it's just a nice way to also fill up your journal quicker if you want to switch journals more often. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed watching me make my journal and get some inspiration for your own. And I'll see you guys next time.